This spaceship, named Endurance, carries the last spark of human civilization. It embarks on a long journey through space. Unfortunately, they were attacked by alien species midway. The Endurance quickly lost power. The colony ships had to urgently detach from the mothership. At the same time, a space-time rift suddenly appeared ahead. All the ships were sucked into it. After a long drift, they crash-landed on an unknown planet. Upon opening the hatch, they discovered a planet covered in ice and snow. Looking around, many small ships had also crashed onto the surface. As the family stepped onto the ground, their ship began to shake violently and slowly sank into the water. At this point, the family had no choice but to set up camp nearby. At that moment, the mother suddenly removed her helmet. To her surprise, there was oxygen on this planet. It seemed that the environment here was suitable for human survival, though the temperature was a bit low. After testing, they found that nighttime temperatures could drop to -50 degrees Celsius. To survive the night safely, they would have to find a way to remove the ship's battery and charge their spacesuits. The father decided to send Will to retrieve the battery because he was the smallest and could easily crawl into the ship's top compartment. Unexpectedly, the daughter, Judy, jumped into the water first. The father told her not to take the risk, but Judy had made up her mind. Fortunately, she quickly found the battery, but at that moment, the water surface began to freeze. The father told Judy to drop the battery and escape quickly, but it was too late. Judy was trapped under the ice. Luckily, there was still some oxygen in her spacesuit, so she was temporarily safe. The father tried to break the ice, but it was too slow. Judy couldn't hold on for much longer. At that moment, Will noticed smoke rising in the distance. He guessed that there might be magnesium there. With enough magnesium, they could speed up the melting of the ice. Time was running out. The father immediately took Will to collect magnesium. Will's guess was right. There was indeed a magnesium mountain nearby. But as the father was collecting magnesium powder, an ice pillar suddenly broke, and Will fell straight off a cliff. When he woke up, he found that outside the cave was a forest. This amazed Will. He immediately informed his father that he was safe. Hearing that Will was okay, the father decided to let him stay there, while he returned to save Judy. Will grew more and more scared and saw many sparks floating in the air. After hesitating for a moment, Will turned and walked deeper into the forest. There were strange creatures everywhere. In the distance was a uniquely shaped mountain peak. But after taking just a few steps, Will discovered a crashed spacecraft, but it didn't look like a human spacecraft. He immediately picked up his camera to take a selfie. He might be the first human to discover extraterrestrial life. At that moment, Will noticed a figure in the forest. Looking closely, he realized it was an alien life form.